This is KGW News at Sunrise.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable.
One of our viewers sent us this video. It shows a tree that fell in the southwest Portland neighborhood. So many scenes like this across the area after this weekend's blast of winter weather. Here's the next story. We have another round coming our way tomorrow. Rodney will have an update on all of that coming up here in just a minute.
Hey, thank you so much for being here with us on this Monday. We've got a ton to get to. Lots happened, lots going to be happening. Chris will have the traffic, but Rod, lots of weather.
At least we get a dry break today. And if you don't have the east wind where you live, like there's no wind where I live, the sun will actually feel significantly better on your shoulders as we get going through the day. So let's begin there. We still have the snow and the sleet on the ground across the Portland metro area. We've got 4, 5, 6, 7 inches of snow on the ground up in southwest Washington. 23 is the temperature at the airport. 11 in Kelso. These temps in Portland would be 10 degrees colder if it weren't for the east wind coming out of the gorge, which is still blowing at the airport at Troutdale to about 40 miles per hour at times this morning. Notice it's only 3 in the Dalles and 5 in Bend. The Dalles will only see highs today. The gorge, in fact, in the teens. Here are the other numbers. So today we're dry, and the big story is the cold and the east winds. Gresham 16. We actually have a wind advisory in effect right now for those gusty east winds coming out of the gorge into the Portland metro between peak gusts 40 to even 50 miles per hour. That wind advisory going into the day tomorrow. But today we're dry, 27 to noon. We may or may not make it all the way up to about 30. Winter storm watch up for tomorrow because we will see freezing rain. Over the weekend, there was a mixed bag, but tomorrow, outside of an early snowflake, it will be freezing rain for everybody. More on that coming up. Here's Chris.
Much like what folks in the central and southern Willamette Valley saw over the weekend, right, Art? Here's what the roads look like right now. This is I-405 near Everett, and you can see there's bare patches, and then in some cases there's still snow pockets and ice that's on the roadways, right? So just be aware of that. Interstate 84 out near 82nd Avenue, by the way. Again, this is one of those areas where it's down to bare pavement, but it is still variable across the metro area. We'll take you live behind the wheel of drive. 8 photojournalist Eric Patterson heading south on 99W through southwest Portland, and there you go. Again, the side of the road there, and at least one of the travel lanes still has a significant amount of snow and snow coverage in it. All right, real quick, a heads up for tomorrow. Of course, today is a holiday. Tomorrow, the Salem-Keizer District already calling it off for Tuesday in anticipation of the next round of wintry weather and, of course, cleaning up from what we had over the weekend. We will keep you posted as this list is sure to change throughout the morning and later today, guys.
Thank you for that update, Chris.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! Oh my God!
Wow, look at that video. You can see that tree going down near Northwest Cannon Way in Portland. Viewer Amanda sent it to us last night through our KGW website. You can see that wind just pushing that tree until it finally fell over. Over the course of the weekend, we've seen and heard reports of a lot of downed trees all across the area.
We also know of at least 2 people who died because of fallen trees, one in Lake Oswego, the other in southeast Portland where a tree fell on an RV. Devin Haskins, meanwhile, is live for us in southwest Portland this morning. Lots of people on that side of town dealing with downed trees. So, Devin, tell us exactly where you are right now.
Right now, so we're off southwest Beaverton Hillsdale Highway, about a mile and a half west or east, excuse me, about a mile and a half east of Jesuit High School. Kind of give you an idea of where we're at. So we were going to head up this road right here, but as we started to turn in, you can see the power lines that are coming down. We're going to move here in actually in about a minute because there's a tree down that had come down over them. So up this road here, though, there's a lot more trees that have come down. In fact, I want to show you some video that a viewer sent us. Her name is Jessie. She sent us this video. You can see that the tree had fallen on her home. She said she was laying in bed with her baby when it happened on Saturday morning. Then you see her pan the video around. You'll see her kind of zoom into her house a little bit, and then you'll see her at one point pan the video around, the camera around. See 2 more trees that fell down in the road. Under one of those trees was a PGE truck that she says she saw a tree fall onto. She says she saw the workers run away as it happened. This is something a lot of homeowners are dealing with all around the area. We talked with another couple in Beaverton that said they were watching a movie with their kids when trees crashed through their house. And also take a listen to a man that said a tree fell down hitting him and bruising him. Take a listen to both of them.
3 trees total hit our house. We were very fortunate. Our neighbors were amazing. They came right over. They said, come over to our house. They had a generator.
I got a big black and blue spot on my back because it actually hit me. I was right at the corner of my house when it came down. I was just going in to tell her that tree's coming down, and I was over at the corner. I had pushed a branch over to the side, and I took about 2 steps that way, and all of a sudden just bang, and I'm on the ground.
All right, so that first woman you heard from said that it's going to take a crane to get the tree off the house. They hope to have that crane maybe show up today, but I think seeing the access road to their house might be a little difficult because they first got to clear all these trees that are in the way as well. Like I said, we're going to move here from this area because one of the things that we noticed when driving down here was it's pitch black in multiple areas, and you don't notice until you come up to that area that all of a sudden, hey, there's a tree down, or there's a power line down. One of the areas coming through Shoals off of Sylvan and 26, we had to reroute because the road was closed down. We didn't see it until the last minute. So a lot of hairy situations out here, especially in the pitch black. Back to you guys.
All right, Devin Haskins live for us this morning there in Southwest Portland. Yeah, PGE customers really impacted the most from all of this. We wanted to put some updated numbers there on the screen. Clearly, the number is not showing up, but I can tell you right now this morning with PGE for starters, they're keeping tabs on about 2,600 active outages this morning, which is actually down from just about 30 minutes ago. So that's some good news here in the early going, but still so many people without power who are PGE customers. Pacific Power, meanwhile, far less. They're tackling about 113 outages this morning. And in Clark County, Clark Public Utility says 237 of its customers dealing without power, and there we see the numbers now popping up there on the screen. Meanwhile, utility companies say crews have been working nonstop to try to get power back on for people, but the people who are waiting, they say it feels like forever.
Overnight, it was freezing. It got down to 45 degrees in the house, and I basically slept in my snow gear.
It's horrible. I'm used to some cooked food and some TV.
I've heard that kid last night actually on the news. That's
Yeah.
merely tells the story, right? More than 1,000 people at this point on the PGE side of things. More than 1,000 of its workers working right now to get lights back on, get power restored. So far, PGE says more than 800 power lines have been downed all across the region.
Well, Multnomah County has opened up 3 additional warming shelters for people who need somewhere warm to go. Dozens of sites across the county will be open through 8 o'clock tonight. County officials say the shelters served hundreds of people over the weekend, and street outreach teams have been really busy handing out warming supplies, letting homeless people know where they can go. Now Multnomah County is looking for shelter volunteers to help meet demand.
I am urging community volunteers to staff shelters as we continue expanding our response to this weekend's deadly winter storm. Anyone is encouraged to join us, especially people who have volunteered before and those with experience in human services and health-related settings.
You can call 211 to find the shelter nearest to you. We've also got a full list of shelters in other counties on our KGW website.
Well, the combination of downed trees and ice in the Portland area proved to be too much for TriMet's MAX lines. MAX service still shut down this morning. TriMet sent us these photos from the Beaverton area that show fallen trees on both lines and also on some of the trees there. Packed ice and snow covering tracks in Portland also causing problems, so crews are going to have to work to break that ice up or come up with some type of plan to melt it before MAX trains and streetcars can run again. TriMet is providing shuttle buses, they say, in some spots, but riders should really rely on regular bus lines as best they can, or TriMet says simply find another way to get where you need to go. The latest updates can be found at trimet.org/alerts.
Yeah, and this morning, still frigid temperatures.
Yeah. You look
What?
so pretty this morning.
Oh.
She's got snow boots on her feet. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, did you just call me
Are you gonna
out?
come on, show your feet, man?
I don't know how we're going to get her this.
There you go.
Boots.
There
Yeah.
you
Can I
go.
help?
You're welcome. Now, Rod, over to you.
She's got snow boots. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. Look how cold it is outside. 11 in Kelso. It's 3 out in the Dalles, 23 in Portland. Thanks for not being overly mad at me, Christine. At least she's being polite on TV. 19 in Salem. The big story today is we get a dry break. In fact, we're going to have sunshine. We have the wind advisory. Now here's the wind advisory area. This is the latest watch warning map from the National Weather Service. The tan color, which is basically Portland Metro out into Washington County. This is for east winds blowing out of the gorge, still gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour today, tonight, into tomorrow. But if you don't get the east wind, you'll have sunshine and fairly light winds, so that's not bad. Now everything else is bluish tone. That's the storm watch that starts tomorrow for a freezing rain threat. So here we go with that. Tomorrow looks like in the morning hours we could start to see some flurries or some brief kind of light snow. I don't think it's overly consequential. But once we get rolling into the afternoon, certainly no later than mid-afternoon, everything in the valley is freezing rain. Remember over the weekend we had, well, we got rain, well, we got snow, well, we got freezing rain, we got sleet. It was a big mix. But this time, confidence is 100%. It's going to be freezing rain for the bulk of the storm moving in. Ice may linger Wednesday east of I-205 because of those gorge east winds that may basically win the day. And if that's the case, if you folks in east Multnomah County and parts of east Clark County don't see warming, you have significant icing with a good 3/4 of an inch of potential ice accumulation, which is what they ended up with down in Albany over the weekend. Remember, Albany South over the weekend had the ice warning for freezing rain. That's what's coming, especially east Multnomah County, I think, as we get rolling into tomorrow night and Wednesday. And right now we're all dry. This storm's coming into California. Our moisture is still out to sea, but that system's going to quickly zip in. So here's the dry weather, mostly sunny skies today. Here's tomorrow morning. This is in white, a little bit of light snow in the morning. This is light snow, 11 o'clock. I mean, I don't know. Does it pick up? Maybe we get an inch or so. But the bigger story is not the snow in the morning. It's mid-afternoon. Here we are, 2:30. This is all freezing rain in the salmon color, eventually overtakes all areas. It's freezing rain in the gorge tomorrow out into Hood River as well. And even freezing rain substantially up into these slopes and maybe even up toward the Cascade Passes tomorrow. And now Wednesday, this shows everything is warm, but meaning it's back to rain, but not so fast. I like this model. 5 a.m. Wednesday morning, there's the gorge outflow. That's still freezing. That's still freezing rain, ice accumulation, at least on the east side around 205 and maybe even into downtown Portland. Wednesday afternoon, I've got us to 42 degrees. Wednesday is going to be a wild day because it could be warming overnight for you folks in Salem. Salem could wake up to 38 degrees with rain Wednesday morning, while Portland's in freezing rain and an ice storm. Yeah, that's your forecast. We'll be back on this Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. holiday in just a moment.